Hello everyone, and welcome back to Amnesia The Dark Descent. It's nice and lit. Makes me feel better. Also knowing that nothing can spawn here helps too. We don't want to go that way, because well, it's flooded and there's poisonous field shrooms, stuff like that. Wait, we actually want to go over here. This part here is not obvious, but yeah. We need to get this oil. It's not obvious until you go over here to this. It needs to be greased. Then, unless you notice that, you would have no idea how to degrease it. I mean, you might think, hit with the hammer and chipper, can't use that. The drill, can't use that. The hollow needle, can't use that. Can't just toss some oil on it. So yeah, that'll. But firstly, let's see, why can't we just take the drill? Because, well, it won't budge. So, here's the thing. You'll probably wonder, what do I do now? You do this. Up. And down. Why am I saying you'll probably wonder what you do now? Everyone should know by now what you do. Me trying to be informative on a game that everyone should know by now. That's just silly. However, then again, some people don't know when the scales are in the game, so go figure. Well, if it is programmed, scales out. Rather than the machine powering the Eastern Bridge. And then that's a bit creepy. Retained burst from the walls as if they had begun to bleed. Right out as the spectacle began to consume. Consume. Okay, so this place looks ominous, but it's completely fine. Because this was another puzzle segment. They don't like putting monsters in puzzle segments for some reason. Well, at least in Amnesia. Can't say the same about the number of Soma, though. Oh, got to look from them tinderboxes. Speaking of tinderboxes, sounds like a note. But yet it's not a readable note. Why not? Doesn't really help that much. But since that one's lit, this one should be lit too. But yeah. I mean, we're not hurting on tinderboxes or oil or anything like that. Okay. So, this is basically matching puzzle, if I remember right. Yeah. Check mentions of some tin box behind hill. Grab this with its slight glow. Obviously it must be important. Okay, so these are all stuff. Only problem though is I get these things a bit confused on how to mirror them. searching for tiny little clicks in the movement. Good, good. Okay, there's two ways of doing this. One, there's a simple box way. Box way simple enough, I mean, that one. Yes, solved it. And the box way defeats the purpose of... That's for afterwards. Okay. Enough glowing obvious one. The work I put into this machine is unequaled by the reasoning of any man. The thought that generations of men have passed away since I first attempted to reconstruct the design is most tiring. Limitations of this world have made my work incredibly difficult. It's forced me to build the thing almost 100 times larger than the delicate contraption it tries to emulate. Not to mention the flow of tamed lightning crudely replaced by pressured steam pushing its way through pipes and turbines. It shames me to think what the inventor would have thought of my monster. If he would have a magnifying glass that carefully fits all the parts. I pushed 5 men to erect a tower of wrought iron in the hopes it would have even the tiniest hint of the power found in a traveler's locket. Okay, so this note here honestly confuses the shit out of me. Because I know most things about this one, but this one, it's like, not sure if this relates to some sort of teleportation thing, time manipulation, or what? Because a traveler's locket could be numerous things, basically. Could be a way to communicate with people across the realm, could be a way to travel across the realm. Way to preserve, freeze time, something. Well, that'd be more like a traveler's pocket watch than a locket. But still. Also, across the limitations of this world, yet the inventor apparently uses magnifying glasses in apparently this other world. Oh yeah, if you haven't guessed, Alexander isn't very human. Not really explained what he is, but yeah. Definitely not human. So, take note of these positions. They're important. So this wooden crank, well, it's honestly, it's circumstantial, let's just say. Circumstantial. So yeah, no two boxes here. Doesn't really look like it's in the right position, but it better be stuck in the right position. There we go. Didn't have time for short enough. So it looked like it was working, but yet it wasn't. It's a bit weird. think I glitched the game. I think I legit glitched the game. Cause yeah, there's this puzzle to solve. But yet the game's acting like I've already solved it. Which I definitely haven't. Yeah, we're still going to do it because, you know, why not? Like we know how to do this one. No. No. We triple solve. We double solve. And no 10 boxes. I don't know why it got solved from doing that. That's just weird. Don't think there's any 10 boxes left though. But Jesus knows. And then, as I said, circumstantial. So basically, you can use the wooden crank it. Or if you did just like this, doesn't very bad. Being so. The purpose of the inner sentiment has always been to stay the orbs, find a way to force them to yield their power. However, he was so unaware of this, until he read this loading screen. So now then, yay, we fixed it. We can now lower the bridge. Well, that's unfortunate. Whatever shall we do? There's several ways of doing this. One is to raise that up and jump from there to there. Another more simple way is a rock. So here's another question though, is the design of this. Why would this pipe be here when the ladder has to come down? It doesn't make any logical sense. How's that? Beautiful wild orchid seemed a testament to nature's strength. Being able to grow inside Bridenburg allows her outer studies and care which enable the flower to blossom. I have no idea what that flower pertains to, sadly. Maybe the orchid references those petals.
Conserving water from the spring.
Yes, it enables me to control the water in the drain sewers to some extent. Also, it can be used for all sorts of purposes.
Like for drinking.
Well, that too. But mostly to run different machines.
Ah, like water mills.
Yes, like
Exactly.
So you got steam, and you got water. This whole area is just designed to make you nervous about the water. Actually better that than I remember. For example, that right now. Designed to freak you the hell out and make you think there's something in the water.
7th of August, 1839. There is no denying that Alexander puts a lot of faith into what I can only describe as magic. I'm not surprised. Even while traveling across Europe, I assumed I would have to embrace the supernatural to save my mind and life. As a novice, I do everything in my power to stay focused and not dwell too much on my own doubts. Alexander woke me up early and told me it was time we got started on our work. He was obviously excited to get going, and we headed downstairs to the old dungeon, where he preferred to attempt his rituals. It turns out that Alexander is a true Renaissance man, paralleled only by Da Vinci, I'm sure. He showed me several rooms fitted for specific research, such as anatomy studies, alchemy, and botany. The crown of Brennenburg must be the inner sanctum, a most hallowed ground where we shall attempt to permanently banish the orb's shadow.
Okay. So, now then. Time to reach out to the water. Have fun times. And there go all the torches. Just because this place was nice and calm for a moment, it's no longer calm. Water has slowly begun to fill the chamber. It also sounds like there's someone inside the chamber. Why? I don't know. Alexander's a dick like that, though. It's best we don't question why there's a person inside the chamber. Ominous. I don't like the water. Even if I know there's nothing in it at the moment. Still makes me feel nervous. Yeah. That doesn't help, game.
8th of August, 1839. I could never be certain until today that I was on the right path. Using my orb, Alexander managed to channel its power unto us. The inner sanctum flared with blue, fiery light, and I could feel the same things I felt in the dark chamber in Algeria. It was like standing in a mad whirlpool of impressions. It was terrifying, but Alexander kept calm and wielded strange tools of science in order to tame the storm. Suddenly, the blue light was stained by strains of red, and the walls burst with pulsating tissue resonating with the scene.
Wow, man.
Alexander quickly covered the orb in some cloth, and the unspeakable thing vanished. Apparently, the orb's shadow is closer than Alexander thought. He said I should prepare for a warding ritual tomorrow. I'm not sure what he expects, but I have a bad feeling about this.
Well, there's nothing wrong with warding rituals. It just depends on how you do said warding rituals. There's numerous different types of warding rituals. The ones used in the game are exactly the best examples of warding. Oh god. Warding. Shit. Okay, that set me off a bit. Whew. I feel uneasy again. Obviously it won't budge, I mean, obviously. obvious rock slide is obvious.
9th of August, 1839. It is still early, and Alexander is busy preparing for the ritual later today. Seeing him this worked up makes me question why. What does he stand to gain? I realize he is curious about it all, but surely there must be more. Is he so foolish he will attempt to tame the power of the orb?
Well, it's the
I
mystical
must admit
orb
that
of
yesterday, when
power.
Alexander flooded the inner sanctum with blue light, I realized we had but graced the orb's true potential. This might turn out to be more than escaping a creeping shadow. It might be the beginning of something truly extraordinary.
Okay. What I was going to say, there shouldn't be any tinderbox in this hill. I hope not, but there is an oil. And oil is useful. I mean, geez, we have a lot of oil. No idea what to use them all on. So I've seen no tinderboxes. Okay, that's good. So now then. Here's the part that sucks. There's the music, it's all ominous and dark and such. And there's that. Now let's test the water. Nope, there's nothing. Don't lie to me, game. So I could go all the way over there and investigate that and figure out that the person who is making noises there has drowned. But, well, I just said he's drowned. We don't need to investigate that. As far as I remember, we got the tinderbox and the oil from the chest, so yeah. So knew there must be a way to finish the ritual before it's too late. He had to teach his friend to harvest the vitae. That much was certain. So, yeah. Also, depending on if you do that session over there before this one, it can basically trigger the shadows sort of arrive, wall meets appear and blockers your path, and you have to go through the water a bit more. And those water monsters, invisible water monsters, will be there. Instead of just sort of there. But now then, the morgue, because that just sounds fun. Blue light blinded him as it had done inside that murky tube in the ocean. Just as enchanting, and he tried to approach it, but the Baron's firm hand held him back. Ah, my eyes.
Do you see, Daniel? It has yielded.
What?
The shadow.
The shadow. It has? For now. Come, let's get this out of here so we can get some peace.
Yes, let's. Where to?
Just down the corridor to the morgue.
Are there more dead men there?
You did well, Daniel. Come, let's get going.
Okay. Waiting for it to get bad so I can move properly. Okay. First thing first. This place is actually, I'd say, a bit dangerous compared to the rest of the areas here.
What? What happened? Why are all these dead? Where am I? What's happening? Help! Anybody! Help!
Okay, so basically while we're in here, our sanity, despite being crystal clear, is going to drain a bit fast. It would help if I could pick that up.
3 days now. This is ridiculous. Why doesn't someone get into this room? Hey! Anybody! Am I all alone here? Help! Help! tired. If I sleep, will I wake from this nightmare?
Probably not.
If not, I pray my heavenly Father will take me in my sleep.
Here's the thing, you could probably have easily killed yourself. I mean, there's quite a few things here. Like this screwdriver that I lodged into the shelf. We need to get out of here to straighten my sanity.
Help her! Find a way!
We can't do that, Daniel. Don't know why I slowed down a bit, though. Okay, so, dead naked guy. Body stiff from
I hear you breathing, Daniel. Do you hear me? Have you changed your mind?
Is that you, God? Yes. Find a copper tube in the morgue looks like part of a surgical tool. Carts in the morgue is only a day old. Well, that's reassuring. And if we click further. No, I guess it doesn't matter yet. Firstly, reading notes. Fancy enabling my men to work in the fungi-ridden sewer has a definite success. Unfortunately, only a few of the servants have been remedied, as the procedure would prove very difficult. The hours will perish, and eventually I will have to create more of them to keep my experiments running. Note that injection of fascinated blood will work as a shield, long enough to pass the sewers without any risk of infection. It would do for vying for prisoner transport. So we need vaccinated blood. Poke. I fear for Daniel, for he is reckless. He is tainted by the approaching shadow. He will not be able to pass the gate. Will he be able to accept this in the end? Probably not. Unless I've seen evil in him. How am I to trust him with the truth? What cruel irony that I should do unto him what Agrippa did unto me. Oh, evil in Daniel. Speaking from you. Yeah, it's just hypercritical. Strange deaths among the servants and the prisoners have finally been resolved. It seems that the drain sewer, which has recently been opened up for a means of transport, is plagued by a peculiar poisonous fungi. The victims seem to have suffered an extremely quick outbreak of sickness, affecting the entire body. Some of my men, including myself, are blissfully spared by this calamity. But it is clear that this cripples my progress. The prisoners die quickly in the contaminated feed tail. That's the energy I seek. Shall I mainly start working on a vaccine, which is in the blood. Also, dead naked people, which drains our sanity, but not much we can do about that. Hey look, more dead naked people, to drain more of my sanity. No gender botches, just naked people. All men for some reason. I'm pretty sure there were men, women, and children, but yet these are all men. Make sure there's no gender botches in any of these. Or sanity drains. Don't think there is any. Not sure why that's Flower Hill. Oh well. Anyway, you need to stop staring at the dick and get a syringe. Here's the thing, syringe. For some reason, we have to put it in the skull. Not sure why. Amateur can't be used that way. So that's why we have this drill still. So we can penetrate the skull. You know, not aim for the heart or anything. Oh, so that breaks the drill. And we can't just use the jar and collect blood in it. Nope, we have to basically inject ourselves with the syringe. Now then, hide. No? Yes? Hide. That is not Mr. Gaffer out there. Oh no. That's those other ones we've been seeing. The grayer ones. They are more dangerous. Unless we shouldn't dick around with them. That's not reassuring. I think that was the other door. Hi. Go away. Oh, my sanity is screwed. Doesn't help that I'm in here with bodies. Crap, I think that's still him in the distance. I can't tell. You know what sucks though is he's actually still out here somewhere. I know this from experience. He's actually like someplace over there or something like that. We should leave. My sanity's a bit low. The way first I suggested the darkness, but no shape or contour appeared. Our sanity is tripping. But luckily we are injected with the blood and can proceed. Isn't that lovely? My problem though is I can't see shit. Make sure there's no tin boxes and pipes. I don't think yeah. This is just bad. I think I'm gonna wait for Daniel to readjust. And then in the next video we'll proceed to the sewers. So I hope y'all enjoyed. Thank y'all and have a nice day.